Welcome to the Voices of the Caring Place, where hope has a voice and transformation has a story. Every meal served, every bed prepared, every prayer whispered is powered by compassion and community. The Caring Place is more than a shelter. It's a movement fueled by businesses, churches, and everyday heroes working together to change lives. Today, we're honored to welcome from the City of Fort Lauderdale, Carol and Marie, to the podcast, which will be led by our Center's Director, Keith Kavanaugh. Welcome to our podcast.
Voice of the Caring Place here. Today we're joined by two special guests from the City of Fort Lauderdale. Not only are they community partners, but they're ambassadors to those that are the most vulnerable of our community. With that being said, thank you so much for being here, Marie, Carol.
Thank you for having us.
Man, I look forward to this day. I'm excited about it. Our partnership has been amazing. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourselves, what brought you into this work, and a little bit about your organizations?
Well, as you mentioned, we're from the City of Fort Lauderdale, and we are the Homeless Initiative team. And the Homeless Initiative is to address the most vulnerable unhoused neighbors throughout the City of Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you so much.
And I'll just add to it. I feel for me, going to school for social work, my heart has always been literally with those that oftentimes don't have a voice or don't feel like they have a voice. So throughout my career, I've always worked with vulnerable populations, and the homeless and those experiencing homelessness have always been near and dear to my heart. So now I'm with the City of Fort Lauderdale for almost 2 years as their program manager for homeless initiatives, and doing some pretty exceptional work alongside Miss Marie Joseph here, and also in partnership with you guys. So we really appreciate the opportunity.
It's super exciting. I've known you guys for a while. We sat on the COC board. We worked together in other organizations prior to your stint here. But just tell us a little bit about the partnership that you have with the Caring Place, and maybe some of the initiatives outside of that the City of Fort Lauderdale does.
We're super fortunate to have a partnership with you guys at the Caring Place to provide emergency shelter beds, up to 20 beds, for individuals and families experiencing homelessness. So as you know, the 8 beds for females, 8 for males, and 1 room that can accommodate a family of 4. And it's truly been, I would say, life-altering for many individuals, for us to have the opportunity when we do come across them, whether it's in community court or otherwise, and they are willing to be sheltered, to know that we can call on the Caring Place and know that we have those beds available for placement. So it's been a great journey thus far, and I think we've been doing this for 2 years plus now.
Yes.
So we're super grateful, and so are the individuals that have the opportunity to be placed at the Caring Place.
Thank you. And Marie, would you like to add maybe some of the other things? I think Fort Lauderdale is so innovative. When you think about the work that the HEAT team does, the work that the fire department and police, can you just elaborate on community court, all those other initiatives that you guys?
Yes, sure. We do have what's called the Homeless Outreach Team, the HOT team, and there are police officers who go out throughout Fort Lauderdale, seeking those who are experiencing homelessness, to engage with them, to encourage them to get services through community court. And we have community court every Wednesdays from 9 to 12 p.m. Not only is it there to address some of those notice to appears, it is a holistic court from the 17th district that the court is coming down to the community to serve those who are in need of services. We do have a variety of services, from mental health services, substance abuse treatment, case management, mobile shower, medical services, and a hot meal, and so on. So we serve between 100 to 200 individuals every Wednesday at community court.
We often talk about at the Caring Place that homelessness does not happen in a vacuum. It impacts families. It impacts communities, it impacts neighborhoods, businesses. When you think about the City of Fort Lauderdale and the government specifically, you don't think about all this is taking place. But who are the organizations or the people that you are touching?
some of the organizations, for instance, that Marie just mentioned, we're really trying to wrap around the services that these individuals would need, especially considering they're experiencing housing instability and or, literal street homelessness. So everything you could imagine, from employment services to education to making sure their mental health needs are met, their substance abuse issues, if they have any, that they have the opportunity to enter into treatment. Just essentially assessing and addressing every aspect of their life where there is a need, especially in light of them experiencing homelessness. So we cannot you said homelessness doesn't exist in a vacuum, and we cannot do this work independently by ourselves either. It really takes, to use the adage, it really does take a village, and that is our approach.
So not only do you have partnership with the Caring Place, but you have partnerships with other providers that are doing exceptional work for in conjunction with the City of Fort Lauderdale. Can you tell us a little bit about those partnerships, Marie?
Yeah, sure. Two of the partnerships that I can talk about is Fellowship Living, that addresses the needs of those who are experiencing substance use. And we also have partnership with Homes United, who just recently started. That's doing very well, and it addressed those with mental illness.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And then I know that we just got an email from you guys not too long ago. The team is expanding. Can you talk a little bit about that expansion, what it is going to make, the difference that it's going to make, the impact that it will make within our community and those that we serve?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just backtrack a little bit and share that our city manager is really invested in our homeless response, our response to homelessness throughout the city. And so one of the ways in which she chose to address our response is to obviously make sure that we are all working in unison across our various disciplines. So us in homeless initiatives doing the social services pieces, PD doing the intensive outreach, and also fire rescue, and also our co-responder team that deals with more intensive street outreach for individuals experiencing probably severe and persistent mental illness. So to add to the service piece, since it's just Marie and I at the moment, we have the great opportunity for the first time ever in the city of Fort Lauderdale to hire 2 case manager positions. So
let's go.
Yeah. So those 2 individuals will be working alongside our PD, our fire rescue, helping us out with community court, doing intensive outreach, assessments, evaluations, and really just moving folks towards housing stability and plugging in those services and working in collaboration with the entities that Marie mentioned. So working in collaboration with Fellowship, with Homes United, and also
the Caring Place. So let's look into a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 10. How has the city of Fort Lauderdale changed South Florida for the better?
In my opinion, I believe that we are taking a very proactive approach to the situation that we face in the city of Fort Lauderdale, individuals who are unhoused and experiencing homelessness. Obviously we're a municipality within Broward County, but we're working in conjunction with the county and not just waiting for the county to, come to the city's rescue. We're really evaluating what the needs are and pulling in the providers to help us meet those particular needs and to fill those gaps, and having that accountability where we can actually have hands-on information and know who it is that we're working with in the community to move them towards more stable living situations. So not only are individuals that are experiencing homelessness, but also our constituents that have concerns about seeing more homeless folks on the street. So having to strike that balance between making sure we're compassionate to those that are in need and also making sure that we're responsive to our constituents.
If someone is looking to get involved, to make a difference, they're passionate about their community. They're also passionate about the person that is vulnerable and at risk. How can they best serve
If anyone's interested in helping us address the homelessness, they are more than welcome to contact me at my email, mjoseph@fortlauderdale.gov. Or they can also reach out to me at 954-828-3456.
And then if they wanted to volunteer, how can they get involved with some of those areas where you would point them to?
We would love to have them volunteer at Community Court, and Community Court is every Wednesday from 9 till 12 p.m. The location's 18 Northwest 1st Avenue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33301.
Hey, thank you so very much. This was such a great interview. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate your heart and what you guys are doing for not only Fort Lauderdale, but for the greater Broward County. Thank you so very much.
Thank you as well.
Thank you.
Welcome to this segment of Voices of the Caring Place, where we feature powerful testimonies of healing and transformation from our residents and graduates. Today, we're joined by a very special graduate, Aviance. Welcome, Aviance.
Hi, thank you.
So you have so much history and so much to talk to us about today.
Yes.
But before I get into all the feel-good stuff, I want everyone to know who Aviance was before the Caring Place. Talk to me.
Aviance was a very hard-headed person, someone who knew better and just, through life, feeling entitled and feeling, free, maybe having too much, too many enablers around me, just got out of control and forgot, all that I was grounded in and just kind of lost my way and, stumbled, crash wall into addiction. And
So unfortunately, you fell into addiction.
yeah, a very vicious spiral that I can't even believe now, looking back, like it's surreal. I can't even, believe that
Could happen to
I
anyone.
actually, could fall so low, right?
It's not like it's going to be my time or not. It could happen to anyone. You
Anybody,
never know.
exactly, has no face, no, it's not prejudice at all.
And it's
a
important
very
who you
serious
keep
thing.
around you, right?
Yes.
Those that can either bring you up or bring you down.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were going through that, who did you have around you?
I had pretty much isolated myself from every positive person in my life, all the relationships, my family. I was born into a very close family. We're very immediate. And it was a very hurtful thing. So a lot of the shame and guilt, just made it, I just got further and further away from them, because it's hard to come back from, you don't know how to come back. You feel ashamed to come back. You don't feel, good about being around them anymore. You don't really fit in anymore. And with me, it was like a big disappointment, me knowing that I had disappointed them so much. Just really got to beliefs that I don't even know how they got there. Like the lies of the enemy really, took a strong holding, on my life.
So then it was this, you basically got rid of everything positive around you and you felt this shame.
Yeah, I did. And it was replaced with a lot of toxic people and being comfortable in toxic environments and getting used to like revolving doors and like the same thing, doing it over and over and expecting, different, results and just.
So were you employed before you fell into addiction?
Yes. I was a sales manager for inside sales rep for jewelry, fabrics, and fine furniture. Wow. That's in the Design Center of America. I was there about 12 years or so. The thing I can say about it is that that industry comes with a lot of after parties. It comes with a lot of networking. It's really, design and architecture, and then we have Art Basel. And so there's a lot of partying. And
that was a trigger.
And that was a trigger, and it would grow. So that's how I was also able to like hide my addiction for so long, because it kind of went with the territory.
With the lifestyle.
Everybody was doing it, but not like,
Oh, don't you hate that line? Everyone's doing it, so I can do it too.
Yeah, right.
So what was that desperate cry that finally got you to turn to the Caring Place? What brought you here?
Just being ashamed, just being really rude awakening of like not wanting to be a hypocrite, because I had like a lot of my friends are like law enforcement. A lot of my friends are military. My personal friends, you know, that I grew up with, personal friends in my adult life, you know, my circle, and falling into that rabbit hole, if I might, you know, just really, that was another big shame. So I, you know, had like really people like that, you know, that knew who I was, that what in the world's going on with her. No one could bring me back from it. But God, of course, in the end, you know, right, but God. And, you know, just getting pushed by them. And, you know, I was asked to do an interview with the news station. You know, it was going to be a cold front, and they came downtown Fort Lauderdale, and I like do this, you know, interview, and they air it. And then the next day when the cold weather comes, it's like to encourage everyone to go in and take advantage of the resources that are out there. That's, you know, where could the homeless go? What are they going to do during this cold front? And when I got there and realized that I did this interview, and here I am, the cold front is here, and I'm like on the concrete. Like, you know what I mean?
So real quick, before you continue that story, obviously, a lot of people don't understand that even though South Florida is a tropical climate, it does get cold.
It gets
and
cold
when
for
you're
us.
Here alone on the street, on the concrete, it's
and you have no
colder.
business out there.
Yeah. And then as a follow-up to that, you said BOC. So you're talking about Broward Outreach Center.
Yes.
So let's unpack there. So who was it then that was like, come with me? Was it a city? Was it an officer?
It was the Fort Lauderdale Police Department.
Okay.
Yeah. Their homeless division. That's why I'm always one of my favorite, you know, lines is we build community.
Amen.
Through their community court.
That we host over at our Broward Outreach
Yeah, we
Center.
have one at Broward as well. Yes, so they would every week be trying to come to community court, you know, what are you doing, Avi? They already knew me, like, very well.
What were you expecting? What did you find this actual time around?
So the women's awareness really, you know, caught my attention. Amen. Because it's something that I needed, because I realized, like, for myself, it wasn't a matter of, like, resources or anything like that, or that I didn't have like family support. It was just like I knew like that I needed to be somewhere long term, somewhere with a, you know.
So you gave yourself to God and you entered the
absolutely.
program. And you were in that first women's awareness program.
Was.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So as we're getting close to the end of this segment, let's just kind of unwrap a few final questions.
Okay.
So being part of that first female awareness program, what was it like? What was it like walking the stage? Like, what can you tell me about that moment?
It was a really triumphant moment for me personally, just because I was like a part of something that was so pioneering, you know, a part, like just an example of someone that, you know, actually is walking proof of like God's work, his like rapid, sudden, like, you know, his continuous, you know, work in someone. The transformation that I just saw in myself was also something I was very proud of to see going through with the other ladies that were in the class with me. Yeah. And I just saw that we all basically were kind of on one accord, and we did a lot of things together. We got in and out of things together. We faced a lot of spiritual warfare. What a blessing, you know, to have people believe in you again.
Amen.
And to be taken seriously again, and to be proud of having a community again.
What now? I know something. You know something. You want to share that special something with us?
Well, I'm so proud. It's not about me, thank God. Wow, I had always seen myself in a place like, you know, being on this side of, on one side of, I should say now that we can go there now, being a client and, you know, being on one side of the mission and receiving help. I've always seen myself on that other side. I always seen myself like helping someone else. I've always used my story. And now I'm happy to say that I've just received a letter. Amen. Congratulating me that I'm becoming a case manager. Yes, I'm so excited. I can hardly get it out.
So Aviance is going to be one of our newest staff members. Surprise!
Yes, thank God. Praise God.
Congratulations. You've worked so hard and come such a long way.
Yes.
Now, as we wrap up this segment, Final question. Someone that is struggling, someone that needs help, that doesn't know where to turn, and you're going to tell them what they need to hear.
Okay, I would like to tell anyone that's struggling, anyone that's, dealing with addiction, whether it be trauma or just, battling against yourself, just trust God, like surrender. There's nothing that you can't do through Christ. Surround yourself around, supportive people that are connected to the same strength and the faith that, will only get you through life, and you can do anything. But it's just so important that you just surrender. I would say that's the word. The first step is just, facing yourself and knowing that in yourself you're supposed to see Christ. And when you do, you'll see everything just change.
And the supporters?
And to my our supporters, thank you so much. Just experiencing the love and the compassion and the dedication and such the loyalty, the message, just really your time more than anything else with our volunteers and our donors. It's so needed. It's so appreciated. It goes so far. And just thank you for supporting the mission. Thank you for supporting the Caring Place and the Miami Rescue Mission, and what your prayers are doing wonders. And I just thank God that you're not done yet.
Well, thanks for joining us again today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome to the Caring Place Spotlight, where we share what's happening across our centers and celebrate the moments that matter most. From community events to everyday acts of kindness, this is your inside look at how care comes to life. Today, we are joined by one of our staff members, Danny. Hey, Danny.
Hey, Ms. Leah. My name is Danny Schooley. I'm the GSA supervisor at the Caring Place in Hollywood, Florida.
Now you are a supervisor, right?
Yes, yeah.
Where were you a few years ago?
Where was I at a few years ago?
Yes!
I was at the Caring Place as a student. Before that, I was on the street using every drug I could get my hands on and partying like a rock star. So through that journey, I cried out to God. And from there, God rescued me and pulled me to the Caring Place in Miami. I'm a graduate of the Regeneration Program.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now you are employed by the Caring Place.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Real quick for our listeners so they know that change is possible. How many years are you clean now?
Clean. So right now I am 8 years clean. It's been a journey of a lot of ups and downs, a lot of peaks and valleys. But thank God for the Caring Place, the support, the staff, the encouragement, the structure, the discipline that they provided for me throughout this journey to make this possible.
That's incredible. So now you're a supervisor. You're up at our Broward Center. So you went from Miami to Broward. Talk to me. What's happening at our Broward Center in the month of June? What happened?
So the month of June, we have Father's Day celebration.
Oh, that's right. You guys do a movie night.
We do a movie night.
Isn't that fun and special?
Yeah, it's a beautiful time where the fathers could get together. Sometimes they're not with their kids. Things they might be feeling a certain way. So we open up the floor for them to watch a movie and enjoy it. We feed them and have a good time and fellowship
and
together.
And they get special gifts. I mean, they got incredible gifts, didn't they?
Yeah, they get gift cards, shoes, clothes, you name it.
That's amazing. And other than Father's Day, what else is happening in the month of June?
So we also got Bombastic celebration.
Bombastic birthday. I love it. There's so many fun stories with that Bombastic.
So it's a birthday party for everybody. So the whole building has a birthday party. We put on music, they get gift bags, we feed them, we come together and fellowship and encourage each other throughout the
So they're
journey.
not forgotten, right?
So they're not forgotten.
Forgotten.
Amen.
The Miami Center, they also open it up to outside guests.
Yeah.
And they also celebrate the outside guests because we think it's very important that, your life is worthy. Your soul is important and you matter. And what better way to celebrate that?
So I remember times when it was my birthday and I was solo. So it's a beautiful time for me to see that come together. But when you're homeless and on drugs, at times your birthday slipped through the cracks. So it's a special time for a lot of individuals that's going through the program. I know it was for me when I was going through the program.
That's amazing. And all this is possible because of our supporters.
Amen.
I mean, if our supporters didn't help us through the Father's Day fundraising initiatives, if they didn't help us through the bombastic fundraising initiatives, we wouldn't be able to service those that come into our shelters in need, right?
Correct.
So that's incredible. Now, I know there's one more special thing that happened in the month of June, and it was more of a experience for the managers and supervisors at our organization.
Yes, Ms. Leah. So Citygate, we all gather together, the supervisors and employees will gather together and go to
the annual conference location. So this year it was in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
So is
and for those of you real quick that don't know, Citygate, it is an organization of rescue missions that's even international, where we get together, fellowship, and find ways to help grow our rescue missions and service those in needs.
Amen. It's a beautiful, beautiful experiences. Missions from all the country gather together. We get ideas from each other. We learn and grow. And one particular gentleman, John, I actually stay in contact with. We go back and forth. He gives me information. I give him information as we go through this journey. So it's a wide variety of topics that we all can learn and grow together. Because sometimes you feel, when you're working, you feel like you're alone. But going to that Citygate, you could see the unity of people wanting to serve and help people come from dark to light. So it was a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we'd like to let our followers know or thank them for anything that has happened?
Yes, I'd like to thank the donors definitely for providing anything from a deodorant stick to a meal to, to finances, to volunteering in the kitchen, to bringing in clothes. I get to see hand in hand what that donation does on a daily basis. And we are super, super grateful for anything that you bring here at the Caring Place. It's in good hands and it goes to people that's in need. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for creating a place and supporting a place like the Caring Place. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, Danny.
You're welcome, Ms. Leah.
We've just launched our brand new merch store, featuring all the products and merchandise you use every day. But above all, every purchase you make helps provide food and shelter for men, women, and children coming out of homelessness. There's also a big variety of cuddle toys, t-shirts, unisex college sweat jackets, caps, unisex hoodies, tumblers, plus aprons, pillow covers, and so much more. Visit our merch store at www.caringplace.org/merch.
Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the Voices of the Caring Place. Until next time, family.